If I start that, I'm muted. Hi, Rupert. Whoever controls the media controls the mind. This quote is all too true for this generation. The rise of social media is one of the top stories of the 21st century. This generation has been saturated with media, and people either feel it's a blessing or a curse. There was once a time when a previous generation remembered face-to-face communication rather than instant messaging over cyberspace. And there was also a time when people, the first thing they did in the morning was make breakfast and drink coffee rather than browsing through notifications and replying back to people. There was also a time when affirmation was more than a retweet or a like on social media. The rise of social media has created a generation that is distracted and confused on the things that really matter in life. There was a recent study in Canada that revealed facts that media has been having on this generation. The average Canadian child watches nearly 14 hours of TV each week, and by the time they graduate, they will have spent more time watching TV than they have in school. With the rise of television, they've noticed that grades have declined greatly. There's also a study in Netherlands that showed students who spent an hour or more on media have an average GPA of a 3.06, and students who spent less than an hour have a GPA of a 3.82. So the statistics show that a student who is not distracted by Facebook or any type of social media will do a lot better in school. And there's also studies that show the effects that media has had on the lives of young students and children alike. The average child sees 12,000 brutal attacks on TV annually, and this includes things like murder and rape. And when parents take their child to a psychologist, one of the first things the psychologist asks the child is what type of television they've been watching, and it's a good indicator of the type of things that's going on in the child's mind. And many people have attributed the last previous school shootings to the media and the violence that's been going on in media. And underage drinking has become another problem in this society, and a lot of people contribute that to the rise of social media. The average teenager sees nearly 2,000 commercials just dedicated to drinking. And media, it has a stronghold on men because they make it seem like beer is a man's drink, and it's become hard for teenagers to grow up in an alcohol-free zone. And then there's also some things where there's been some positive effects and some negative effects, like with video games. Inventors incorporate movement into video games like Just Dance or Rock Band, and they're encouraging people to get up and be active and to not just sit and zone out on a mindless video game. However, that's one of the positive sides, but there's many negative aspects as well. The average age of a gamer is 34 years old, and they spend 8 hours a week dedicated to gaming in a make-believe war zone or land, something like that. And these statistics show that just like alcohol, it can be used negatively, but there can be positive aspects to it. So perhaps Jim Morrison was correct when he said that whoever controls the media controls the mind. Media has the ability to lock people down and change their beliefs in an instant. Media is being used as a diary instead of a convenient use of communication. TV has turned into a cesspool of disgust rather than a harm-free entertainment. Computers went from a tool to help businessmen to a way to pervert a married man's mind. As time goes on, one of man's greatest achievements has also become one of man's greatest downfalls. I would encourage you to be aware of the negative aspects of media and don't be captivated by it. If you can't go a couple days without your phone, we should probably analyze how addicted we are to social media. And let's not become a generation who looks back on college or our education and wonders if we could have done better or if we could have become more without the distractions of social media. It has been said that the C.S. Lewis's, Albert Einstein's, and Martin Luther King's are still in society today, but rather they sit at home and are distracted by the fatal hands of media. So don't let media distract you from the potential that's inside of you.